Welcome back to the Fellowship. This is week number 5. This is also the show where I interview Ryan Engle's high school friends. And I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, we're running out of fucking people.
That's not true.
I'm just digging deep into all of the wonderful people that have influenced me in my life. And we're going to just talk about some golf, talk about how much Adam hates golf.
I do hate golf.
Yeah, hopefully this guest, he's a pretty good player. He has a great background. Maybe he could give you some tips.
And I could use them. And this guest of ours brought an amazing gift. We'll get into that in a little bit. We're super excited to have him.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Coming off of a really great episode with Geoff Overstreet, which many of you have loved. Hopefully Geoff is here a little bit later to make us some drinks.
He's late, per usual, huh, Shaddy?
So hopefully Geoff shows up and we'll get a great guest on here regardless. He's waiting in the wings right now. We're excited to do it. So let's do it. Cheers to the Fellowship.
No COVID this week? Sober ladies?
Or sober lady?
Well, forgot to do the button.
Yeah,
Well,
see?
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you never do it right
Oh,
anyways,
what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Not to make small talk, but how are you feeling?
Feeling a little horse hockey.
Well, I asked because yesterday we played golf in the Wednesday group. This is
Yes.
a group that we've talked about a few times on this television show.
And we will continue to talk about it a few more times.
Yes, and we went out and we played. It had been a while for both of us playing in the group. You asked me in the morning, because I was swinging by here before going down to San Clemente Municipal, you asked me to bring you a flask, which, nothing like getting a text at 6:30 in the morning, hey, bring my flask.
Well, I knew you were going to be here.
Yeah, you told me fill it up. I went to our bar. What do you know? After 4 episodes of shooting this show, we're dead out of scotch. So I filled up your flask with the Bird, Wild Turkey, and you proceeded to finish said flask on the golf course. And how are you feeling today?
Didn't mind it. It's in the moment. Definitely a little more bite, a little harsher than say a aged scotch.
Yeah.
But wasn't bad. Whiskey in general, I can drink most whiskeys. Post round, in between taking care of the baby and getting wifey dinner plans, shit like that.
Yeah.
I definitely got the wild bird headache,
Yeah.
or what I like to call the bird flu.
Oh, yeah.
And definitely was digging deep there, and I had to make a choice. Sober up, hydrate,
Yep.
make good decisions, or get the nanny on the baby and take my wife to the bar and keep on drinking. I elected to keep on drinking, and it ended up working out this time.
Good. So you drank yourself full circle right back into sobriety.
Yeah, and then what I'm guessing now is I slept the headache off in the middle of the night, not knowing that I even had it. So it was a genius idea.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. I'm in a little bit of pain myself from yesterday's round. I wish somebody had told me to put on sunscreen yesterday because my face is completely burnt. Like, I can't even lift my eyebrows up without wanting to scream in pain.
I think on 18 I said, "Where's your hat?" You're like, "I don't wear hats anymore."
Yeah. Well, so if you're not going to wear a hat, you should always wear sunscreen. And I joke because you were telling me to put on sunscreen throughout the entire round. I'm paying the price right now.
If anyone knows anything about sunscreen, it's fucking me.
Well, go ahead. Expand upon that.
I am white, pasty, and have freckles.
Have you ever had to deal with anything?
Yeah, I think you once famously said most recently that my back looks like the fucking moon. So...
Yeah. Thank you for paying that off. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I know you like a back scratch.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I have a question to ask you that the internet has been asking you for a couple of months now. This is a reoccurring theme that happens on Instagram. You have an Instagram handle called Tips from the Tips, where you give satire, golf coach advice, and it's a fantastic follow.
Good cigar.
In every single one of these videos, you're drinking and you're smoking, and now the common refrain in the comments section is at least one person will ask you a question that I'll ask you right now. Are you an alcoholic?
I don't drink anymore. I freeze it and I eat it like a popsicle. Alcoholic, I mean, what does that even mean? You know? Can I handle my vice? 100%. You know? I think Shaddy would tell you that, you know, I definitely, I wouldn't say play good golf, but I'd say I play better golf with a little bit of a buzz going, you know?
Yeah.
My character doesn't do well in a sober, competitive environment.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Something to kind of ease the tension, baby.
Yeah, just
you know?
easing the tension.
Is really good. But it's funny that these fucking clowns chime in, and I'm guessing, I just take a hunch, that whomever said that as a private profile.
Sure.
Could you imagine, like, yelling shit from behind the fence of a private country club and talking shit on people on the other side? It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to get pussy tattooed on your forehead? Like, you know.
Okay.
But it's just beyond me. But anyways, to tell someone what they should do.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah. Okay. Let me just.
Why would a person waste their time to tell someone?
Yeah.
Hey, you need to watch your drinking. Who the fuck are you? And what drinking do I need to watch? Because I don't do very good just looking at it.
Yeah. Well, let me interject here. Let me interject, please. There are a couple of people here for the taping. One is our guest. He's coming on in just a second. One is our esteemed producer, Nick Smith, and I'm going to ask them right now, and I want them to audibly answer me so the audience can hear. Has he yet said no to the question, are you an alcoholic? Not yet. No? Okay. Yeah. So, all right, great. So that's a great answer.
I think alcoholic has a dark cloud over it. I think that's just an incorrect term. I would say I'm a good drinker.
Okay.
I want to do good. I want to be good, Adam.
Yeah. Good.
Good.
Yeah. You know what? On that note of you continuing to not deny alcoholism, let's bring on our guest this week. It's Matthew Shadbolt, a.k.a.
Another
Shaddy.
great drinker.
Come on in, buddy.
And he's very good. Yeah, take my seat.
Great to see you. Thanks for coming by.
Of course.
Appreciate it very much.
I don't know.
I'll take that.
You got your
Matches
okay.
the jacket.
Yeah,
Sure,
absolutely.
Sure.
Wow, what a gift.
You're like a McAllen salesman, dude.
What a gift. That's a compliment. Macallan 12 double cask. What a nice bottle that you brought, Shaddy. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
This is great. Let's take the opportunity right now to introduce you to the audience. Ryan Engle and I obviously know you. Ryan knows you very well. The nickname Shaddy comes from the last name Shadbolt.
Correct, yeah.
You know,
What a name.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's a great nickname, but the last name is so good, Shadbolt.
Yeah.
You almost would want to just go by Shadbolt.
Yeah, I enjoy the name, nor do I really know where it's from. My grandfather was just a wonderful human, so I'm happy to have it. But in World War II, he was Shad. And that's been on license plates and old cars. And it wasn't so great growing up, was it? Shitbolt and all that fun stuff. But kids are mean, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, Shadbolt's great.
Yeah. So you are one of our good friends. You're great friends with Ryan. You go way back. You played in yesterday's Wednesday group.
Yeah.
You're a staple of the Wednesday group.
Sure.
You don't miss many weeks often, correct?
Yeah,
Shaddy
I don't.
brought me into the Wednesday group.
Yeah. It was, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
He said, you got to play with these guys, and it was actually a field trip day. And we went to Arroyo, and you're like, these guys are great, Gillis can drink, whatever, and we go there. And I just, before even shaking anyone's hand, I just walked straight to the bar, and I ordered like 8 Bloody Marys, and walked them out and just handed them to everyone. I was like, hey guys, I'm Ryan Engle, I'm an alcoholic.
He did.
Very good.
That's a great opener.
we play, we had a fucking ball, because me, you, and Gillis in any group is a fucking ball.
Sure.
And Gillis is the biggest, just most teddy bear alcoholic you've ever met.
Well, let's pause right there. Why don't you verbally introduce Matt Gillis, even though he's not here. Who is Matt Gillis? He's a very important figure to both
Matt
of you.
Gillis he's the glue to the whole Wednesday group. He started it. He's kept it together. He's a former athlete, has made many connections through those channels, as well as him being a bartender at a local sports bar. And between those things, he's put together this real motley group of guys. Yeah. And it's a highlight on everybody's weekly calendar. And
13 years?
Yeah, he's the guy, And so anyways, that day, it was the first time we played, and we finished, and we're in Shaddy's truck, and I was like, yeah, take me back to my car. I got to get back to work or whatever. And Gillis goes like, he's in the front seat, I'm in the back seat, and he goes down and just goes, turns around and hands me a tall can of like michelada or something. I was like, motherfucker, And I'm like, Shaddy, you missed the exit. And they just keep going, and he pulls right into the OC Tavern. And I think that was the night I fell asleep in my driveway in my own car or something.
Was that when we played Short Cliffs?
Oh, God, no. That was a bad one, though.
That was a good one.
Well, yeah. If that photo resurfaces, I'm going to deny everything.
It might be on Instagram, but who's looking?
This show is turned into, over 5 weeks, like the anti-AA meeting. It's a celebration of a perverse amount of drinking, which, we can continue
on that note
to roll with. Yeah. So
some people save up for vacations.
Yeah.
Others like to take vacations every day.
Oh, very good. As an outsider to
interesting concept.
As an outsider to your guys' relationship, or as Geoff Overstreet would call it, your relations with each other. As an outsider to your guys' relationship, there is a healthy amount of friendship rivalry here when it comes to golf, and it almost teeters on unhealthy. You want to get the best of him, he wants to get the best of you.
How does he know this?
I've been around.
Yeah.
I've been around. So yesterday you were walking off of 8 green.
Yes.
Actually, I'm sorry, you weren't. You were walking up to it after you hit just a lovely shot. You stuck it like 2 feet.
Yeah.
I had seen it because I was watching.
Well, it ended up really close, but we don't know if he hit it good or not.
I watched it. It was a good shot.
Purina
He
dog
could
chow.
have thinned it against the fucking...
It was a great shot.
Yeah,
it looked tour-esque.
Congratulations.
Now,
Yeah.
Now, you came over and said, "You see that shot? I'm pretty stoked on it." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I saw it. It was awesome." And Engle says to me, "You're having a bad day when you come over and brag about your shot."
I mean, there's an insider Wednesday that, like, if you talk about yourself, it's 2-shot penalty. And we kind of, like, joke around about that. But it's just, if you're talking about your game all the time, like, to join you guys in a cigar? Or
yeah, actually, hang on one second.
Our on-course banter, I know exactly when it started. And those early
Between
days.
you and I?
Yeah.
Oh, I
know the exact moment. And I'll never forget it because that was the first time I felt my claws dig into you. And then I felt you get back at me, and then that's when we started going like this. But it was the early days when we were playing Talega early in the morning.
Sure.
And, the short par 4 on the front right after the par 5.
Uphill. All the bunkers.
That hole.
Sure.
You hit like a hybrid or some shit, and it went in one of those front bunkers, but you were like 50 yards away, downhill lie, whatever like that, and you go in there, and we're like new friends, And
that was the days, yeah. Those are new ones.
Yeah, and you were, getting, getting ready with your shot, fucking dealing with it. And like right before you hit it, I just walk over and I was like, "Ooh, those are tough," And I saw you back away and look at me, and you gave me this look, and I was like, "Okay, it's on, dude," And we've had a good fun picking on each other over the years.
Yeah. And of course, we get each other's nerves here and there, but it's all in good fun.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't good fun, but there is a legit, like, kind of almost a brother rivalry going on. When you play your brother in the driveway of basketball,
100%.
and it goes past being fun, and it's like, I want to kill this guy. I want to beat him. I want him to know that I beat him. I think, sorry to put you on the spot, I think you said yesterday on the tee box after Shaddy had bragged about his approach shot that you, if you tried, would beat the living shit out of him anytime on the golf course.
Like in a fight?
No.
Did you whisper?
On the golf course. So who's the better golfer?
Man, God, we're so close.
I think
I think it depends on the course. He's got me in Indian Wells, but you've been playing it for years on end.
Yeah, Shaddy is one of the best putters I've ever seen.
Because I got an illegal putter.
Yeah, well, it's got like a rubber insert. I don't know if it's USGA certified.
Fine leather.
But he's a great putter. I don't know. We play like that for fun, but we don't really play super competitive. Like I don't know, it'd be hard to say, but we're very close. I think we just fluctuate handicap-wise back and forth.
I mean, if we were betting, we'd probably be even.
I mean, I wouldn't. If
Probably
I was a
not
betting man, I
yesterday,
wouldn't bet
but-
either one way.
Is that right?
Yeah.
If you were to play each other, would you do better drinking or not drinking?
Drinking.
Yes, I concur.
You're
with that.
drinking. You
I
couldn't wait
concur
to
with
get the
that.
words out.
Yeah, I mean,
You concur?
Yeah, of course.
I'm not. I
mean,
can't.
they don't call it swing loop for nothing.
Yeah, that's
Hey, what a nice plug by
Yeah,
Shaddy.
yeah.
Shaddy came by today and said, hey, I haven't had a swing lube yet. The beer has been out since May, and I felt like that was a shortcoming from you and I, Ryan, that he somehow had gone this long, being this close to us. And
Aren't
not...
you the sales guy? Or?
Well, yeah, but, I mean...
You don't know my number until... I
Last
don't know,
night.
when you did that San Diego plug down there, that was awesome.
Yeah, went down, did a radio
Yeah,
show in San
That
Diego.
was great.
Shout out to Ben and Woods. Great guys. Thanks for having us on. But what'd you think of the beer?
Great. Yeah,
Thank you.
I like the day drink. Just enjoy it. Not overwhelming, but it still has that little crispy bite.
You like the day drink too?
I do. Yeah. Those all nighters are gone.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah,
That
that's what I
is.
heard.
Yeah.
When I met you, your hair went down to right here. And for the podcast listeners, that's the very top of my forehead. And right now, it's down to your shoulders.
Yeah.
I'm loving the flow. I'm loving the look. What brought it on?
I don't know. I've always had it. For me, going short was because I was in a professional circumstance where I had to be, nor did I really want to be. But I've always just had long hair, and you guys look great.
Didn't you
guys
like
really
going?
do.
Didn't you like going to King's Club and
I
getting spruced
do,
up?
but it's just every 2 weeks. I just I
Yeah.
don't care about my hair enough to get to that 2 week mark and be like, I gotta go.
Well,
But I love the camaraderie and the people there, and
at least
everyone's
now Amy
great.
has something to grab onto.
She likes it.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah,
she
yeah,
does.
She does. Hey,
Wow. You have an extensive background in the surf industry.
I do.
When I come down here every day and I drive from Fullerton, it's like entering a different world. I've told this to Ryan many times. This area, San Clemente, San
Doesn't
Juan.
have iron rods on the windows.
Go ahead and say that louder so that Mike can pick you up. That was a nice Fullerton dig by Ryan, saying that there aren't iron rods on the windows. Got to keep them out somehow. So when I come down here, it's just a completely different world, and you see like one of two vehicles, either a Toyota Tacoma truck or like a Sprinter van. They've all got surfboards shooting at the back of them. Everyone is surfing.
Yep.
So how long have you been into it, and what have you done in the industry?
I started surfing at a young. We grew up in Hawaii, so probably surfed since I don't know. I got a picture like 2 years old standing up on a boogie board.
Wow.
And just loved it, and I was like, I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a professional surfer. That didn't always work out. The talent level is so high, and I turned in one of those semi-pros. Right, we're good enough to get paid, but we're not making heats, and yeah.
Shaddy was part of a famous high school team at Huntington.
That's true. Yeah.
Huntington?
With
Huntington
a
Beach,
lot of
yeah.
Did you go to Edison or did you go to HB?
No, we're Huntington. Huntington was a prestigious school for surfing. Cheers to my mom for getting us there.
He was part of a famous team.
Yeah.
And I think I'm just guessing, but that's kind of where the beginning of you rolling into your career in the industry
That's
came
when
from.
Shaddy started.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of era.
Okay. So it started in high school.
It did, yeah.
And so what happened? In high school, you're on this great team. You're doing really well. And
He had a
then,
waterbed.
oh.
Holy moly, I sure did. And nothing like moving to California, getting a waterbed, and then being in your first earthquake.
Oh, yeah.
I was
I can only
incredible.
imagine.
You're
Yeah.
just like,
Earthquake was
yeah.
the name of his
what's
first girlfriend.
going on?
Is that true? Earthquake, the name
No.
of your first girlfriend?
That was not. But yeah, God, I loved waterbeds. Motion of the ocean, right?
Sure you
Motion
did.
Yeah.
of the ocean.
It was,
What a
yeah.
tagline. Why do you think waterbeds aren't popular anymore?
I don't know. Why not?
I think it's because
why did they lose their pizzazz?
home insurance actually goes
Yeah,
way up if you
I
have a
bet.
waterbed.
Sure.
Who tells their insurance company
Right.
they have a waterbed?
Who tells
No one.
anyone they have a waterbed on it? Isn't that just...
I did
told
in
me.
high school.
Yeah, okay, very good. But it's kind of one of those things. It's like hanging dice from the mirror. It's just like, it's one of those things you just kind of, it just clearly tells the world that you are a promiscuous individual, correct?
It's hard to say that. I mean, I think I was not promiscuous yet when I got that waterbed. It was 6th grade, right, when I moved, and that's what we got. It sounded like a great idea, and we had some in Hawaii, and other people, it just was like, wow, waterbed, like, it's moving, you know?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
maybe like the ocean, maybe some...
Do you think that's where you got some of your incredible rhythm from?
Yes. As much as that is a funny statement, yeah, of course. It really is.
You know, Ryan, actually, it kind of is. That's awesome. So
Yeah.
you were just in your sleep kind of developing your smoothness and your rhythm for...
Sure, while the earthquakes were going on.
Yeah, that's great.
While he was in his first earthquake.
Question for both of you. Why are surfers so attracted to the game of golf? It seems like there's a major crossover appeal.
Because there's not a lot of time when the waves are bad. And they're mostly pretty darn talented.
Yeah.
I mean, Kelly is...
And it's a pretty introverted
really good.
sport, you know?
It sure is. I mean, at the beginning, it's selfish. Now it's fellowship.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just when you have your own time, when you have the time that the waves are bad, you go golf.
How about that one time you played Kelly Slater for some money, and he
Oh, yeah.
was getting his ass beat so bad that he bitched out, and instead of giving you money, he gave you a golf ball with his name on it.
He did.
That's pretty much the story, so.
I mean, sorry, Kelly. I was bummed that day. I wanted to take your money, but you gave me a ball
Did you keep that Pro V that said KS11 on it?
It did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did say that. It was from like St. Andrews though, which was kind of cool or something like
Yeah.
that. I just played St. Andrews. Like,
Wouldn't
here
you
go.
rather had his $50?
But you know what, Kelly, you gotta stay like on the green while we're all putting. Like, don't go on your phone. Like, come hang with us.
Yeah.
I missed that
Yeah.
about that moment. And I made the putt. It was 50 feet or so, whatever. And he's in his cart, and we're like, made it. He's like, oh, cool. Here's the ball. I gotta go. Yeah.
Unbelievable. So let me just reset this for the audience at home who is kind of listening to a language they don't understand. You played golf with the Kelly Slater, like the guy that if you know nothing about surfing like me,
mean,
it's the guy that you know.
That's our like dream like surfer, right? He did a lot for surfing, and as up there is Michael Jordan, and
Yeah, you played golf with him. You beat him for money. He didn't watch you beat him because he was on the phone away from watching you beat him. Instead of paying you, he handed you a custom Kelly Slater golf ball.
And
Yes.
left the match early.
Yes, and left after 9 holes.
Bad look, Kelly Slater. Bad look. And I don't work in this business, and I don't care about surfing, so I don't care to say it. That's a terrible, terrible look.
So Kelly, you're like greatest surfer all time, but I wanted you to be on the green when I made that putt.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
unbelievable.
I mean, that's just surfing and into golfing. Like, if you have the
Hey.
time, it's not. You don't really call 4 friends. Or back in the day, you didn't know 4 friends.
As they say, no brains, no headaches.
No wonder you didn't have a headache yesterday. So, if you had to pick one, again, a question for both of you, since both of you guys have achieved such great success in surfing and both of you guys are very, very good at golf, if you had to choose one the rest of your life, surfing or golf, what are you choosing with? I'll start with you, Shaddy.
It's hard because like surfing is number one and always has been, but now I'm better at golf than surfing. And as we get older, our limbs don't work the same, and it's harder to serve. It's harder to perform. And I mean, you were more longboard, like specialty kind of style, and I was more shortboard. So to rip like we thought we used to, because I thought I ripped, but I probably I don't think I really did. It's hard because golf's so fun.
Yeah.
It is, and I just do better at golf than surf.
Yeah, I mean, golf is you're gonna get out what you're looking for every time.
Yeah.
If you're looking for the right stuff.
Again-
Surfing's more unpredictable, and I don't know. I've been talking to many of us lately about this, and surfing for me has really lost its culture. You know, and there's still pockets of it somewhere, but ultimately, as a whole, you know, it's more crowded. There's less of the etiquette. There's less of the people paying their dues. There's less of the localism.
Yeah.
There's less of...
And I miss that.
Yeah.
I like that. I grew up
To me,
like
that was what... And so now it's like, okay, we got a window to go. the process of getting there, dealing with the people, the line, the parking, the this, the that. You go out there, guys are jumping off their boards and shooting them at you and shit, and you're just like, man, when I'm on a wave and it's a good one, I'm really loving everything about this, but there's a lot of this stuff that's like a hiccup for me.
Well, how hard is it for you to surf Doheny?
Oh,
I love surfing there, but I got a wave and not too long ago, and someone's like, "Whoa, bro! Like, what are you doing? Like, we're doing this and that." And I'm like, "Just like you're a safety issue.
yeah.
Like just move out of the way. Well, we're not as good as you." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's not like
It's not about that.
the common sense isn't there anymore, and it's a bummer."
No one's paying their dues. No one's teaching the lessons.
Well, now I get to go out with my friends on boats and find waves that are less crowded, and we rather surf waves that are less crowded, knowing that we're gonna get the good waves. Then we don't have to deal with the crowds. Lowers is gnarly.
Yeah.
I haven't surfed there in years, and I don't know if I will.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's just different, and for me, golf has been a savior,
Yeah.
Get to hang out with my friends on a weekly basis, have a nice cold drink.
Yep. Swing the lube. No, I enjoy it.
But yeah, it's great.
It's part of the experience for me. There's times in early morning. I mean,
how much were you golfing like when you were like rock star? I mean, this guy was a team manager in the heyday of that surf culture while it was on its last leg. This was before these big brands had social media presence. You could get away with a lot back then. Sure. You were getting hotel rooms with all the big guys and going out and having fun.
What would you say the heyday was for those that don't know? When was
maybe
the heyday?
Mid '90s to late
right before the internet
2008.
exploded. Yeah.
When kind of the market crashed, and like that's kind of when all the budgets went away, and that was a tough time for hiring people, for spending money.
Yeah,
all of our budgets just flatline. And no, but I mean,
and the pros back then still partied a little bit.
Kinda.
Now
they don't anymore.
They don't anymore.
I mean, some do. I won't name names, but.
Oh, please do.
Should we?
See that microphone right up there? Why don't you just say the names right into that thing?
But there's guys that work really, really hard. They play hard too, but they earn it.
Yeah.
And I've been able to work with some of those guys, and there's other guys in the other spectrum that just play hard and just don't work hard.
Where on the spectrum do you think you are?
I think somewhere in the middle. I enjoy both sides. I always have. Is that a yes or a no?
I don't know. I think maybe that was... Were you talking about a different spectrum? What are you doing over there?
I don't know, dude. Just let me be the resident guest and just fuck off, Adam. It's just... For crying out loud.
We just... gosh. Work hard, play hard. It was... when we were at Electric, it was kind of what they expected.
Yeah. Oh. Perfect segue. Electric.
Yeah.
This is a company that... I became very familiar with when we had Eric Crane on. That's episode 1 of the Fellowship. Eric Crane, a.k.a. Crano.
Yeah.
You know him. You worked with him at Electric.
I did not work with Electric. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, thank you for the correction.
He was at Nixon before, and he's the head designer, and he's a great dude. But he came on just after they had some layoffs, and I was part of that layoff.
Oh.
So
he took your paycheck.
Maybe.
I
don't know.
Crano, what are you doing?
No, I saw what he was doing, and there was some turmoil internally, and I wanted the best out of that brand. I loved it. I loved living that.
Yeah.
I loved being a part of the lifestyle.
Yeah.
And we did. We worked hard, and then we played hard.
Shaddy had an office that was adjacent to La Pata going down the thing, and my old shop was back behind him, and I would call him when I was coming down the hill. And usually it didn't work out, but every now and then I'd be like, "Hey, what's up, dude? You got your office?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Look out your window." And he'd look out, and I'd just lay the horn and just fucking flip him off as I was driving by.
That was a great office.
That's awesome.
Right up the street.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
Great. So after Electric, what did you do?
I scrambled to get marketing jobs. I went to Mophie. Mophie was a casing for your phone that had batteries in it, and
Didn't you do Neff too?
I did Neff, yeah. I did them simultaneously.
Oh, okay.
But Mophie was great because it was surf, skate, snow, motocross, and BMX. And we were working with some of the top athletes in the world. And it was fun. Robbie Madison, killer. He top 3 people to work with.
Really?
Ooh, really?
Robbie Madison, Mark Healy, Kalani Robb. 3 guys that are they understand it.
Yeah.
They understand the marketing, they understand to be present.
Yeah.
And self-promoters. Just great dudes to work with. Those were the most fun for me.
Didn't have to pull any teeth with those guys?
No, I mean, no. Not at all. You just like they knew to show up. They knew they wanted to work hard, and they had ideas. You know,
who was hard to work with?
Ooh.
And again, the microphone is
That's
right up.
Yeah. To be honest, the hardest part of all that was the parents of the kids.
Wow, ain't that the truth for almost everything that kids are involved in? Teachers say the same thing.
Yeah.
Coaches say the same thing.
I mean, soccer mom is.
Surf culture got really weird, competitive surf culture, where
Yeah.
there was an era right as you were doing that, and it's, I would say, going into now,
Yeah.
where like the parents are
It's just, I think the parents put too much pressure on the kids.
Hyper involved.
And sometimes the kids bail because of it, you know, and it's sad to see because the kids love doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then you see the parents step in and you're like, oh God, like, here we go.
Yeah.
Was it
And
weird
the kids are
sometimes,
over it.
like putting contracts together for kids who were
100%.
making more money than you were from the company?
No, I never got to that point. I worked at Rusty where we were building careers, and so that was fun. But doing the side of an accessories brand where
Yeah, that's true.
it just took a different role, a different outlook. But it's hard to convince yourself to pay a kid who's not selling product
Right.
to get paid so much, and you don't know what the outcome after 18 is going to be.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? Like now, you know, we have this e-commerce platform, and there's you know, analytics and data to like know about, you know, advertising performance and return on investment, return on ad spend, this and that. But back then, and I was, you know, in the surfboard side of it, the same thing. It's like, you know, you sign these deals with the magazines for ad spend for the year, and all that shit was just money in the dark. Like you never knew what the return was going to be. It was just like fucking gambling.
And you can't return, or you can't show the return.
You can't.
Either.
There's no info
In
on
marketing.
it.
We're just spending money. You know,
You're just like, hey, we gotta
get the ROI.
do the board buyer's guide, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
here's fucking $3,000, and put these boards out there, and like, hope it works out.
And
you know?
when you and I tried that back in the day, we're like, all right, let's like do this ad. Let's make boards for the guys on the CT, and we got those opportunities. But what did you see for ROI?
It's hard to say.
Anything?
I mean, you never know. I mean, obviously, I'm in a position now where the rapport of my, you know, designs and hard work and what have you, led me to a great position that I'm with Thunderbolt and Firewire, and I'm blessed to have that.
Sure.
So maybe it did help, but there's no metric to gauge that or know if it did.
So JS didn't help you out after
That
you
was
carried
pretty
your board
funny.
down?
That was pretty funny.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, guys, I totally understand JS and the boards.
So JS is one of the big board builders in Australia.
Of course.
And he had a number of guys on the tour. So the tour's in
does.
town,
Yeah.
and I made a board for one of the pros, and Shaddy's like, bring it on down. So I bring it on down, and we couldn't get back into the booth thing or whatever, and JS is there, and he's checking out the board I made, and he's like, oh my, this is sick, you know, like, and Shaddy's just like, hey, you wouldn't mind just like carrying that over into CJ's booth for us? Hey, thanks a lot. See you later, JS. And we just fucking bounced, dude. So this guy's schlepping my board into the fucking tent.
He's a bro.
And we're walking around, and I'm like, Shaddy, that was so sick.
And I didn't know. Like he was a friend family of Electric, and it was just like whatever, no big deal. But he left, and that was fun to see
That
him
was
light
cool.
up.
Yeah.
That was fun. You're just like, oh, JS just grab my board and fucking take the
Yeah, it was
CJ.
cool.
That's fucking rad.
I understand that story as well after the explanation as I understood it before the explanation. But hey, that's just not my scene. And again, this lends to the idea that I presented earlier where when I come down from Fullerton every day, I'm entering a completely different world where you guys do different things and speak a different language, which is fantastic. Speaking of a different world, this company, for the 7th time, is going over to Catalina Island for the Nation Derby.
Yes.
There is a date. It has been announced.
November 13th?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
November 13th.
Yeah.
Some invites have gone out to some close friends and family. They always get first dibs on these tournaments before the public does.
Yeah.
A lot of excitement building around it. This is a tournament you've played in before?
I have. Didn't we start the first one? And make
Well,
all
yeah,
the...
Shaddy, for the viewers at home, he's been integral. Is that the right word?
Sure.
Great.
Yeah, integral.
Integral?
Integral. Integral.
Is it full of integrity?
Let's drink up and be somebody,
Yeah, yeah,
everybody. You know what I mean? No, for the early years of of all the nation tournaments, integral. He was a major part of the day of and management
Yeah.
of the tournaments and building them up and helping me. You know, I carried with pride most everything on my back, but day of is where you really need the, you know, boots on the ground. And Shaddy was always my right-hand man, you know, like when the wind was blowing and the tents were going down, he was there. I didn't have to point and say shit. He was in my mind doing the shit. And the same goes for the Derby. The first couple, I mean, we didn't even play in them.
We did not, no.
We just score kept. He would go out in front. I would stay with the tee box. He would find the balls. We'd switch off and do this. And he helped me run those first few tournaments, you know. And now we got, it kind of, you know, does it.
Well, at least we know who we can point to get the job done.
But Shaddy's been a huge part of Nation's growth and success.
Thanks.
And cheers to that.
Appreciate that.
So, you know, for everybody out there who sees the product we're putting out now, there's a big thumbprint of his on that, and especially with the Nation Derby, because that's a fucking wild day of golf.
It is. Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts that day.
Yeah.
But it's fun. 50 guys.
Yeah.
All playing at once.
A lot of moving body parts.
Mm-hmm.
Body parts.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing my first one. The thing I'm looking forward to most is not playing golf in it. That is going to be fantastic.
Don't speak so soon.
Wait, why?
Well, because what happens is, and this has happened to me a number of years, is
subs?
yeah, because the logistics of getting to Catalina and people's schedules and the boats and the hotels and stuff, there usually is some last minute cancellations, and for the sake of making the field even, there's a great chance that you're gonna have to jump on someone's team.
I'm not playing.
If Bo
you don't have
jangles,
that. You don't have that option.
I'm not playing. I refuse to hit golf shots in front of people. I'm done with it. I'm done playing golf in front of people.
well, that's good because there's 25 shots at one time going on, so nobody's watching.
Well, you know, I did play in that Derby at Monarch.
Have you played with Hawk yet?
In the same group?
No, he followed us around barefoot
No.
once.
He's a mess.
His golf game's gotten way better from the swings I've seen.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about his mental capacity.
Why? Why do you think it's so bad?
I just I get so nervous in front of other people. So nervous. And this is not my group.
We're on 18, right?
Yesterday.
We're on 18. He's about to hit his approach shot. And Gillis, those guys are in front of us. And they stop. And he steps off of his ball and he goes, "Is everyone going to be watching on the green up here?" And I was like, "Are you really fucking
Absolutely.
thinking that right now?"
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's where his mind thinks, you know? Like, where I see a green, he sees a greenside bunker. You know what I mean?
Where you see the club face, I see the hosel. And this is what happens when I play in front of people. Now, here's the psyche behind it, and I'll just fully go, you know, you're my therapist, I'm on the couch. It's the idea of coming into a group that isn't yours. You know, you guys are all becoming my friends, but this is really new to me. It's also a lot of big personalities, especially him, the biggest personality out there.
Are you writing this down?
Okay. And there's this expectation that when you have partial ownership of a golf company, like it's what I'm doing now. Like,
I'm
hey,
just waiting for your voice to crack.
I'm not nervous talking about it. I'm nervous doing it. He must be pretty good, you know? So I get all these thoughts going through my head of like, there's these expectations. And then I start going against all of that. Like, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to blade one. I'm going to miss, all that. So that is something that, you know, you might think it's coachable. You might think you can get out of your own mind. But I really am a prisoner to my very weak, very feeble, very insecure mind of playing golf in front of new people.
You're going to have to get over that. Because
That's
we
what
don't
he's-
give two fucks.
Yeah, and that's what he says every time. But it's not about you guys not
In
giving...
one ear, out the other.
No.
You can't listen?
No.
It's not about you guys not giving two hoots or two
Nobody
hollers.
listens to me, dude.
That's smart.
It's about the fact that
No brains, no headaches.
Yeah.
it's about the
Poor
fact that
Katie
I
guy.
care.
Yeah.
Right, she's got her work cut out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
But
get out
she's
my
a
own
good
head.
one, so
Yeah.
you keep that woman. She's good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You're gonna have to snap out of that one because
Yeah.
we go there to hit the ball, not to score. And if you shank it or you hit the best shot, like we're either to joke with you or there to compliment you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now that'll take time as you guys all
Sure.
become go from my friends to my good friends to my best friends.
He's got a lot of best friends.
I do. Yeah. What's wrong with that?
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had just one, but I got a lot of best friends.
Yeah. And one day we'll be best friends, Shaddy. That day is probably coming here pretty soon. Okay.
It's getting better.
That's Rye would
Getting
say.
closer.
Maybe.
Rye Monson?
Yeah.
I love that.
A lot of first name drops on this show for people.
No, you know Rye.
Well, I know, but again, we're not doing the show for us. We're doing the show for an audience. Rye Monson,
Yeah, I think we have like 30 subscribers.
Okay.
30?
Yeah.
I thought you had 42 on one of them.
This is
I think it just went down.
This is a ongoing motif
69 the goal.
where Ryan
Isn't it always?
It really is.
where Ryan downplays the audience. There's a good audience watching this. They really like Geoff. By the way, let's wrap it up on this. Thanks.
Oh, hey,
Thanks.
Great fun that I want to bring this up. Up until recently, I think it's safe to say Shaddy hated Geoff for a long time.
No.
Not hate, but he wasn't your favorite in the Wednesday group.
He what? Oh, God. I'm not name dropping, but.
Oh, the name has been dropped.
There was a name that was playing in our Wednesday group that I really struggled with.
Oh, yeah, I know
And
that.
I think, it's a yoga something or other. And Geoff, he was never there. Geoff and I have actually hit it off pretty well.
No, you
over
have.
the years.
I think what I'm trying to say is, you guys, in a healthy way, butted heads at first.
I mean, the board short and the.
You were sending me text messages like, make sure your boy Geoff's fucking coming or something like that. I'm like, oh, fuck, here
look,
we go.
He's supposed to be here today. And he didn't show
He
up.
didn't even show up.
That's what I want to talk about. So before we started taping the show, Geoff Extreme, the guy who was on last week, said he would be by to be the bartender today. We've never had a bartender. We thought it was going to be cool. We would have his laugh in the background. He didn't show. And as he's proceeding not to show up and we're about to tape, Ryan, you informed me of one of his old nicknames, Naps.
Naps, yeah.
Okay, and how did he get that name?
From too many snaps, ironically.
Go on.
Snapping loads, bong token.
Yeah.
Smoking the devil's
reaper.
lettuce. Yeah. The
So,
hocus pocus.
would
if
you
will.
say that Geoff succumbed to his old
I think
ways?
he's either playing Super Mario Kart or he's napping right now.
We did learn last week that he invented the jump turn.
I saw that. And he's a Tiger Woods fan, right?
Tony Hawk, actually.
Oh, Tony Hawk.
Yeah,
He
just-
got his first million or something like that.
Yeah, the first one to score 1 million points. Now, what's great about Geoff, as we wrap this up, he said some of the most outlandish things with a straight face. He told us, and you can go back and watch, he said, I've had a hard life, being an athlete my whole life, surrounded by good friends, but it's what you make of it, And I don't think he heard himself because he said, I had a great life or a hard life and proceeded to talk about how great it was.
Right.
I heard what you're saying just because I know him well. And, he just doesn't. He didn't want to go into it, but he's, just like we all have. He's been through some real shit.
Okay, fair enough.
And I think that's what he was getting at. But it is funny how it came across.
How it came
It's like,
out. Yeah.
I've had a hard life. I just won the lottery, and fucking my first boat sank, and I had to buy another one.
First hole in one.
So it's like.
First hole in one.
Yeah,
And we're just taking the piss out of him because he didn't show up to something we were very excited to have him show up for. So
I'd like to refill my drink, but I don't want to be the alcoholic on the set.
Well, why don't you refill both of them and we'll cheers and get on out of here.
Okay.
This is,
let me pop a new bottle. Huh?
Yeah, why don't we
let's
get
try
into that
Let me
final
drink
bottle.
maybe the last of that, so thanks.
And yeah, for those of you that think the show ends when the camera goes off, no, it's just about to start. We're going to stop taping and we're going to sit here and we're going to drink scotch and smoke for hours and hours.
We're gonna go over your headspace and how we'd improve it.
Yes, and I would love to do that because one day I would like to enjoy going to the Wednesday group.
I mean, you're putting
Hold this.
you're putting in your time,
Yeah,
and you will be comfortable at some point.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
How was your group yesterday? Did you like your group?
God, it was great. I think we thought we kind of messed up a little bit in grabbing Shane. Sorry, Shane, and not grabbing Nash. I just really didn't remember who Nash was, and he's the 3 handicap, and Shane's a 15.
Oh fuck!
And we end up being the breadwinners. And it was more. It turned in more of like.
Did you guys win?
We got 3 skins and the closest 2, and I think that was the most out of the round.
Nice.
I still was to this moment still confused on what the fuck we played yesterday, what the name of the tournament was, what the format.
Playground.
It was beyond
That's all I
me, dude.
heard.
But it was fun, picking teams and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Shaddy, you've been a wonderful guest, and we have something to present you with
Oh, yeah.
on your way out.
Every guest gets a commemorative gold Smoking Tom lapel pin.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that something?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes. I'd offer to put it on your jacket, but it looks like you have something there already.
Yeah.
Shaddy, when his
Thank you.
grandfather passed,
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you for being here.
he won one of the greatest wardrobes I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And they all fit. They were exactly the same size.
Unbelievable.
So this guy just came up on a closet
Yeah.
of gems.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
And for
ties, and he wore a size 7, so I didn't quite fit into that. But other than that, it was incredible.
For those listening on the podcast, you should watch the YouTube show. Shaddy is dressed to the nines. Arguably our best dressed guest since Cole Young.
Thank you.
Which
Yeah.
leaves only Geoff that you surpassed. Are we serious right now? We were just about to
Geoff
stop.
just finally made an appearance.
This is not planned at all. That was the most comedic timing laugh of all time.
I sure hope that made audio.
Well, hey, why don't you come on in here? Are you
Come
ready to
sit
go?
down.
Geoff, come here while we toast
Come
and
sit
say
down on the
goodbye,
couch.
man.
Come sit.
Yeah, look, he's got his work attire on.
Can you sit down in that?
Yeah, come on in.
Let's get him a drink so he can
Come on.
share.
Is that night shows?
Oh no! Oh my God!
Hey, they all scoot over, right? Come on.
Good save.
Come on.
Good save.
Wow, welcome to the show!
My God, Shaddy.
Hey.
Hey, I just want to point out that Geoff just made the biggest blunder in show history.
Sorry,
and
guys.
his reaction to it was good save. all right. If that's not a glass half full,
Real quick,
Yeah.
let's recap what just happened.
Yeah.
We're making fun of Geoff and how he dressed.
We were. Yeah.
He laughs as we're making fun of him. After we've been talking about him not showing up, he walks in and goes straight into the boom mic
Yeah.
and says, "Good save."
Are the mics all right?
You are the
They look-
best, dude. You are the
yeah.
best.
oh yeah, real sturdy, made of wood.
Yeah.
You know,
Were you sitting out there the whole time just waiting for your appearance?
maybe.
Hey, the audience loved you. And I
Great.
mean, loved you. How do you feel about the episode?
It was incredible. I thought it was great. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I agree with every segment. You were. I watched it last night when Nick sent it, and I was like, "This guy is effortless gold."
You know, that was probably the most fun I've ever had. Honestly.
Top 500,000 days in your life?
Yes.
All right, so we're way over. So let's cheers to the fellowship and to
Thanks,
Geoff
guys.
and to Shaddy. And
Welcome
let's get out
back,
of here.
Geoff.
guys.
Welcome back.
Thanks for
Wonderful.
having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for showing
Nick.
up, Geoff.
I'm here.
Appreciate it.
Great job, Nick. as
That
always.
fucking laugh, that timing. of that
Unbelievable,
laugh was so
dude.
fucking good.
Did you walk in right at that moment?